Hello everyone, welcome back to the homestead. I thought I'd make a quick video. There's not really any tips or tricks here, not reinventing the wheel here, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing that seems to be working well. I've had a fire the last couple of nights, and uh, instead of just letting it die out and then having to, clean that ash out and put in more kindling and paper and all that to get it all started up again later on. Uh, I'm keeping it going 24/7 right now because we're in a cold stretch here. I don't know, as far as I can see the next week, it's only getting worse from here. But uh, I only bought two more cords uh, not too long ago to go with the roughly cord and a half that I had. I believe last year I really only went through three cords because I had about four total, maybe a little bit more because I cut down a couple of standing dead trees here too. Uh, and I bought three, so yeah, a little over four cords, but I still had over a cord left by the end of the season because I do use my buddy heater a lot if it's not in one of our extreme weather events, and I'll just run that most of the day and then wait till later on in the afternoon to turn on or light a fire in the wood stove. But I'll show you what I've been doing, like I say, because I am going to keep it going 24/7 right now for this at least foreseeable future. But here on my property, all these Ponderosa pine trees, they have a lot of low branches they're dead, been dead for a long time. Like I've cut these off, but well, we'll come over here and you see, yeah, just like this right here. I mean, I have a lot of trees on my property, and all the Ponderosa pines have just loads of these trees. I probably have several years that I'll still be able to go around to the property and cut some of those off. But yeah, I just got through cutting some off and everything, and it really is. It's good. It may look weathered looking, but it's good, solid wood. And you put this stuff on a nice bed of coals, and it goes up really fast and everything. So what I'll do here in the daytime, instead of burning my supply of cut wood, well, this summer I cut up a whole bunch of this, but I figured today's not too bad, and last night was rough. It rained for a bit, then it snowed for a bit, and the wind was just blowing like crazy. So it cleared up this morning, and just kind of gives you that urge to go out like you never have enough. So it's like you better go out and get some more while the weather's fairly decent. And so yeah, I've been out this morning cutting up some more of this wood, and I'll show you right now. I know it's died down, but I've got, like I said, I've got these, probably a 2 to 3 inch bed of ashes in there, and I'll take some of this in and throw it on there. And I can take, again, like I'll take like 2 of these and throw them in the fireplace, and it'll last about the burning, it'll hour, but it's just keeping the coals red hot, and it's warm. It's really warm in there right now. I know I checked the temperature here on the phone before I started the video, and it's 33 degrees. And but we'll check what the temperature is in there when we go inside. But yeah, just a very cheap way to keep the fire, kind of going, and keep it fairly warm in there. I don't even have the buddy heater on it. It stayed so warm, even with this, cheap excuse for firewood here, these branches and everything. So I'll pick you up inside there, and I'll throw a couple pieces on, and you can see how quick this stuff ignites. It's so dry and been dead for years and dry. It lights up really easy, and it'll keep me going through the day. You know, sometime around 5 or 6 tonight, I'll go ahead and start throwing logs on, and then that'll just go on through the night. Yeah, it's really going to stretch out the supply of cut wood that I have and everything, and I think I should be fine. But yeah, it's a nice cheap way to stretch it all out. So I'll pick you up inside there in just a second. Okay, so all right, so we're back inside here, inside that closed section by the wood stove. Earlier, like I say, I was cutting more wood, and so I had some in here. But yeah, so basically what I was talking about, you know, same stuff, just cutting branches off and all. But this has died down. As you can see, I just got, you know, down to ashes. But we'll throw one of these in here. And let me get one more. But this is, you know, just doing this throughout the day like this will keep everything going and keep it fairly warm in here, and just winds up stretching out. Sorry, the camera's all over the place, but I'm gonna shoot the check the temperature like right on the side of the camera here. Like I say, it was camper. It was 33 degrees outside, and that's showing 76, and there wasn't even any, you know, it had kind of just went down to coals. So let's see if that thing's starting to flame up. Yep, it's starting, kind of setting up there. But yeah, it just won't take long, and it'll all flame up. And then, like I say, this will probably last about 30, it'll be flaming like that for 30 to 40 minutes. And then I'll just go throw a few more on there and just keep it going like that all day for, you know, such a cheap price. Well, honestly, it doesn't cost me anything. It's on my property. But yeah, that's just a little trick that I, you know, wanted to show you guys that I'm doing to try to stretch all this out. I did do something a little smarter this year. Last year I didn't get any stockpile on kindling, but I've got quite a bit I got ahead of the game this year and cut up quite a bit of kindling, so I wasn't coming out every morning and having to cut some fresh stuff just to put in here. But yeah, so anyway, I think all the wood that I have, what I'm doing right now will stretch it all out. And between the buddy heater and my little kerosene heater, I think I should stay plenty warm in here for the rest of the winter. But just thought I'd show you that. So you guys stay warm and happy holidays.